Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to start a new chapter, that is your chapter number 4, flowers. So, in this chapter, so many things are given in the book, but you have to concentrate only on the syllabus, which is on the first page. What all things you have to study? That first you have to study about a flower. What is it? Then different types of flowers, complete flower, incomplete flower, hermaphrodite, whatever it is, unisexual, actinomorphic, zygomorphic, etc. etc. Afterwards, you have to study about the structure of a typical flower. Typical bisexual flower, you have to study about the structure, the essential parts of the flower and its function, along with the different parts, role of different parts of a flower. And then you have lastly you have to study about placentation and inflorescence. Okay, nothing rest, all the different types, whatever is given types of this, whatever flowers, you don't have to study in the syllabus. Okay, so this is not in your syllabus, so we will deal with only these topics. So starting with the chapter, I would like to give you an introduction about a plant which you have studied in the previous years also. So a plant generally consists of roots, stem, leaves, flowers and fruit. The flowers, they are the reproductive parts of a plant. From these reproductive parts, the fruits arise after the fertilization process. The fruits contain the seeds, and these seeds are again sown in the soil for the formation of new plant. Okay, so this is the life cycle of a plant. Seed, first will be your seed, then afterwards from the seed what will happen? A plant will come, and from the plant a flower will come. Flower will give rise to the fruit. The fruit will contain the seeds, and the seeds again will be sown in soil. Now see, flowers, they are the colorful parts of the plant, due to which the pollinators are attracted towards it. Either it is an insect or a human being. Okay, so they are attracted towards the flower because they are colorful in nature, and at the same time some fragrance is also coming out of it, due to which they are attracted. However, on the other side, if we talk, the insects, they are coming onto the flower to suck the nectar, the sweet juice of the flower. To suck the nectar they are coming, and during this process only they are just helping in pollination. So if we will talk about the flower, they are the first reproductive parts. Okay, generally the flowers arise on the axil of a leaf. They are called axillary flowers. Some of the flowers, they are just occurring singly at a specific position. They are known as solitary flowers. So two types of flower you can see. One is your axillary flower, one is your axillary flower, and one is your solitary flower. So these two types of flower you can see. Now if we talk about the types of flower, already you are aware that a flower consists of 4 whorls. Whorls means the parts of the flower arranged in a ring pattern, that is called whorl. WHORLS. 4 whorls. So the 4 whorls are calyx, corolla, and rhizium, which is also called stamen, and gynoecium, that is also known as pistil or carpel. So these are the 4 parts of the flower. We will discuss it afterwards. So first see what is complete flower. Complete flower simply means it will be having all the different walls of the flower. Means if all the four walls, calyx, corolla, stamen, pistil, all are present in the flower, then it is known as complete flower. Example, you can see cotton. There it is, complete. All the four walls will be present. Hibiscus, you can see, that is also complete. Now, see incomplete flower. Incomplete flower means that type of flower which will be lacking any of the four walls. Means, if suppose stamen is there, pistil is not there, then also it is incomplete. If suppose calyx is not there, then also it is incomplete. So, if any of the four walls, the flower is lacking, it is known as incomplete flower. Okay. Next, come to hermaphrodite or bisexual. Simply, this bisexual or hermaphrodite means both the reproductive means subparts of the flower and rhizome and gynoecium both will be present on the same flower. If they both are present on the same flower, then it is known as hermaphrodite. Example, you can see hibiscus. Both are present there. General common example, hibiscus. So, stamen is also there, pistil is also present over there. So, it is known as hermaphrodite. Next is unisexual. Unisexual means only one type of part will be present. That is your either androecium will be present or your gynoecium will be present. Okay. Example, you can see rose. Only one will be present, unisexual. Either your stamen or your pistil, then it is called as unisexual flower. Next is actinomorphic. Now actinomorphic, you might be aware about the symmetry in mathematics. So for any of the structure, if you are able to, how many planes you are able to divide it, that is called symmetry. Okay. So in actinomorphic flower, what is happening? You can divide that flower in two similar halves along two or more planes. Okay. So in two or more planes, if you are able to divide that flower into exactly similar halves, that will be called as actinomorphic flower. So simply actinomorphic means you can divide that particular flower in exactly two halves in two or more than two planes. That is actinomorphic. Example, you can see dhatura. If you will see, you can divide it in more than two planes, means similar two planes in two or more, means similar halves in more than two planes. Okay, that is dhatura, you can see. Next, zygomorphic. Zygomorphic means in only a single plane, one plane only you can divide a particular plant or flower in exactly two halves. Okay, that will be known as zygomorphic. So now again I am telling, actinomorphic simply means you have to, it will be divided into two similar halves, but in actinomorphic, two or more planes will be present. Two or more planes will be present in which you can divide that flower into two halves exactly. But in zygomorphic, there is only one part or one plane in which you can divide that flower into two parts. Example of zygomorphic, you can see the sweet pea, orchid, you can see zygomorphic. Come to asymmetrical. A means without or lacking. So asymmetrical means these flowers will lack the symmetry. You cannot divide that flower into exactly two similar halves by any plane. So many are there, valerian, canna, because so many flowers are also present, which you cannot divide into any of the plane which can exactly divide into two halves. That is asymmetrical. Okay. So I think these all terms are clear to you. complete flower, incomplete flower, hermaphrodite flower, unisexual, actinomorphic, zygomorphic, asymmetrical. So this was an overview of the flower. Now if we will talk about the walls. So if we will talk about the walls, so this is the structure of typical flower. This is bisexual, where you can see the stamen also, pistil also. So four parts are there: sepal, petal, stamen, pistil. Now the stamen and pistil, they are the essential walls of the flower, and these petals and sepal, they are the non-essential walls. The reason why it is called non-essential, because once fertilization is done, these sepals and petals fall off from the plant. That's why it is known as non-essential. They are only responsible for supporting and all different function, but they have no different another role in the case of fertilization. So for fertilization only stamen and pistil are there, and these only after fertilization become fruit and seeds. That's why they are called essential walls, and these two are non-essential walls of the flower. Okay, and this is the structure of a typical flower, bisexual. It is bisexual flower. Hibiscus also you can see over here. Not here, you can see in your own hibiscus that is looking just like this. There will be stamens also, there will be pistil also. Now if we will talk about the stamens, the stamen structure, if we will talk, it is just like this. Here you will have anther. This anther will contain pollen grains inside it, and this is your filament. It will exactly look like this. If one stamen you will see, it will exactly look like this, where anther will be present. In anther, the pollen grains will be present, and there will be one filament which is responsible for attaching it to the flower. Now, if we will talk about the pistil, here you will have stamen. Sorry, you will have stigma. This is your style, and this is your ovary. Inside the ovary, you will find the ovules. So this ovary region, that is only containing the eggs, and this pollen is the male gametophyte, or the male gamete will be present over here in pollen grains. This is the male gamete, and the eggs, they are present in the ovary. They are the female gametes. When these two will fuse with each other, they will form the zygote, and rest all parts will be falling off from the main plant. So this is an overview of the flower chapter. We will discuss more about this flower chapter in a coming video. Till then, thank you.